Hey, welcome to the State of the Channel for February 20th. So, been a good week so far. Essentially what I'm looking at this week is I want to put out one Dead Rising Chop to Drop every single week, but I want to complete 2. Again, what I'm trying to do this week mainly is just trying to make this giant buffer so that I can work on some other projects while still putting out content. It's been going pretty well so far. I think it's kind of interesting. The best part is always starting the series, and the worst part is also starting the series because I have all these awesome new ideas I want to try out and all these things I want to say, but then I have to sit and just rework the technology. Originally, what I was actually planning to do is I wanted to put 2 episodes out. Enough that you could, if you wanted to binge it and get kind of a feel for what that series is going to be, you could do it. I did the full recording. I actually recorded 3 episodes, went through, edited the first one entirely, and halfway through the second one, and I was just like, I do not have enough energy in this. I gotta do it all over. And that was, God, I think Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and this was supposed to come out at 9 a.m. the next day. So I was like, shit, I gotta do it over. Did it all over, refilmed the entire thing, restarted the game. Much better, much more energetic, but that did kind of put me behind this week. So I'm so glad that I redid them because they really lacked energy, and in editing the new ones, I think I kind of got a good feel for what I want my editing style to be on those. But there's a little bit more that goes on behind the scenes on how I want to shove stuff around. There's a big priority I have, particularly on this series, Dead Rising Chop to Drop, is that I just want to get it as compact as possible. There's some advice I came across actually in a lot of different things, particularly for comedy, and it's this idea that you have to earn time. Right when you're beginning, you can't start off and do an hour-long monologue. No one's going to watch you, and it's probably not going to be that interesting. So instead, condense it down, get that practice in, and then go from there. So that's what I'm trying to do with Chop to Drop. So you'll notice if you watch that there's a lot of things that are cut around a little bit. You really won't notice it in the dialogue so much because that's pretty much just floats, so I can put that anywhere. If I'm just talking about Dead Rising as a series, it doesn't matter if I put it over, this boss fight, or if I just put it over the intro. It's the same thing. But in particular, one of the things I was trying to do is I essentially recut some of the cutscenes because I had left them in the original footage, and I wanted to have them there so that you could see any major differences. But there's a lot of just people just waiting to talk, and I cut all that out as much as I can. It was actually really surprising how much I could cut out because there's a lot of scenes where it's just Frank staring at Jesse for 3 seconds, and then he says you gonna do something? Or Jesse just walking away for another 3 seconds. It's totally unnecessary, but tell me if you do see the series, does it make it feel too rushed? I want to get the entire story across. I want to have that included, but obviously that's a very hard thing for me to do because I don't want to just sit and be quiet. The point is, it's me playing this game. That's the point of it. This isn't just me putting up the cutscenes. That's not the idea behind it. So how can I find this little mix? That's really what I'm trying to dial in. Right now, the other big project I'm working on is D&D. Like I said, I'm trying to create this backlog so that I have some time every week to go in and just edit. Essentially, the way editing works for me is you can think of it I have to rewatch some single clip to edit it, let's say, essentially 10 to 20 times. That's a good way to estimate it. So for Dead Rising Chop to Drop, that's a 20-minute episode. That's 10 to 20 times that 20-minute episode to make. But it's doable. And depending on how much I want to cut out or how little, that can really change. But then you take that to something like D&D, which is an hour and 10 minutes or so, and then you multiply that by 20. That's a 20-hour project for each little episode, and there's just no great answer other than just sitting and chopping it up until I just get it all done. So I'm going to be talking about that a lot going forward, but I'm going to be trying every week to say, this is the benchmark I want to hit. And so starting off right now, the goal I want to set for next week, and I'll hopefully throw something up there, is to actually have a good section of the first video done. Essentially, my idea is I'm going to go through, I'm going to do rough cuts of every single episode to get a feel for the series. Then I'm going to go back up to the top and maybe do an intro, maybe just do some more artistic license. A lot of the thing with that D&D is not because I'm particularly passionate about the D&D and stuff in general, but just the fact that it's my first big live action project, and I think going forward there's a lot of stuff that I need to learn from this project. On another note, so if you know my channel, you know I stream every Friday at 6:30 Central Time over on Twitch. Much like what I did with this channel is I need to go through and essentially define what is my stream, what do I do? Now I'm kind of at this crossroads where it's not always easy to find something that's a good fit. So going forward, I want to help to define what should this stream be. So in particular, one thing I'm looking at is a solution for music on the stream. I'm right in the middle now of actually making a point to research streams where all it is like today I'm doing a bunch of like chores. Like, hey, let me throw a stream on. Let's see what works for other people. What do people enjoy? Maybe the music doesn't matter that much, or maybe I should incorporate more live action. So either way, let me know. It's something I'm going for. I want to make sure is equal quality with the rest of my channel, and hopefully that should be coming up pretty soon. Hey, thanks for watching. As always, you can get a hold of me over on Twitter. Until then, I'll see you guys next week.